Marla, right now, our Akron Beacon Journal. Obviously, it wasn't the result you wanted after the meeting. What do you think happened?
Well, to me, it was kind of a familiar story. Even going in at halftime down by 9, I thought we were still in a great position. Given the way the game had started, I thought it kind of put us somewhat behind the 8 ball a little bit when Larry picked up those 2 quick fouls. I had to make a decision. We went small. We went just to buy some time, and we got through the half. We got through the half only down 9, and I didn't give a long message at halftime about the start of the third quarter, but once again, I thought the start of the third quarter we were just flat, no energy. We looked slow. We just didn't come out with a sense of urgency, and we missed some shots early. But our movement was just not very good. Why that is, I don't know. After we've talked about it, so I just think moving forward, I'm going to probably have to do something different with my lineup. That lineup is just not a very energized lineup right now, and they show flashes of it, but they can't sustain it. So I may have to make some adjustments.
With the way Jordan played, would he be a candidate?
Sure, he's a candidate. Yeah. The way he played, the way he shot the basketball, he got to the basket. Jalen Jones could be a candidate as well. The one thing I really like about that kid, really respect about that kid, is that he just plays hard. I don't care what the score is. He gets in a game and he just lays it on the line. We just need more people playing like that, just playing with that type of energy, that type of intensity, and just playing that hard every possession.
During that 15-0 run, I think you stepped out of bounds twice. I mean, turnovers were kind of inexplicable.
Yeah, I mean, turnovers, and understand, I mean, they're going to be a part of it. But, when you're going through a tough stretch, it just seems like things seem to multiply, whether you step out of bounds or mishandle a basketball or, those things, and they seem to compound. I've said it before, once we hit a tough stretch and we hit a bump in the road, it just seems to just snowball, So I just think I have to kind of reassess things, look at things, and I may have to do something different with the lineup just to give us a chance, because right now we're not coming out to start of that third quarter in particular. We're not coming out there with any zest at all.
James Erpine, 92.3 The Fan. Larry, where do you go from here? You have the meeting. Obviously, it's not the result you want. Is it as simple as changing the lineup? Is it an energy thing?
It may not be. Yeah. I don't know. I think when in this type of situation, I think you have to, you have to search until you can find it. I thought, back when David Nwaba was healthy, we all of a sudden we inserted him in the starting lineup, and we started getting some real good results, some positive results in our chemistry, the way we were doing things. And then he got hurt, and we started had to change things back. I don't know if changing the lineup would do it, but at this rate, we can't continue to go at this rate. I refuse to. I think it's important, that these guys understand that one, is just not acceptable, and two, I'm not going to accept it and just continue to let this continue at this pace. I've got to try something different. I got to do something different just to see if we can get something to, see if we can get some positive results.
Corey Perez, Metro Networks. The losing streak's now at 9 games. One more home game before the tough road trip on the West Coast. Do you put any more extra stock in that home game on Tuesday against the Pacers?
Not at all. Not at all. And I'm not even thinking about the losing streak, to be perfectly honest. My biggest concern is just trying to get this team in some type of rhythm, some type of organization to make sure that we have something that we can build off of. If nothing else, if we would have came out tonight and played 3 solid quarters and lost the fourth quarter, that would have been a step in the right direction. But I'm not concerned about the losing streak right now. Again, my main concern is to try to get this team just on track, to get us to playing well, to get us to where we're playing with energy, to get us where we're playing with some intensity, and more importantly, to get us where we're playing consistent. And we have not, we have not been able to put together 4 consistent quarters in a while. So that's my main concern at this point.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Larry, the lineup changes that you're talking about, do you mean to start the game or start the third quarter?
To start the game, yeah, just to get to find a good chemistry.
Yep.
Hopefully, it'll get us off to a good start. And as I mentioned before, that third quarter, which seems to be our demise, get us off to a good start in the third quarter.
Yanking the 4 starters at the 8:18 mark, what message were you trying to send to them?
Well, first of all, they weren't playing well, and they weren't playing with any energy. I was just a little upset. I couldn't take all 5 out and put 5 ones in there. I only had 4 guys sitting over on the bench, But the message was just very simple. Those guys were not playing well. Once again, that third quarter they came out flat. Why they came out flat, I don't know, but they did not come out and play with a sense of urgency. I thought their movement was very lethargic. Therefore, we were not able to get into any type of offensive rhythm. And frankly, I just had seen enough of that at that point, and want to get these guys on the bench, give them an opportunity to see if they can get something going. I mean, I don't know if we were going to win the game or not, but just to get some guys in there that can lively things up and play harder and play with more energy and play with more intensity, because I didn't think those starters started that third quarter. I didn't think they brought the energy.
Steve Herrick from AP. Larry, you mentioned last night you liked what you heard from the players. Are you concerned about their psyche or where they are mentally at this point?
No, I'm not. I think this is all part of sports. You're going to go through some tough stretches, and these are type situations that make you stronger. We've had a good run here while I've been here in Cleveland. We had great success. Now that we're in a different mode and in a different process, I said it before. These kind of things test your character, and you have to understand. You have to learn how to handle these type of situations. They're not easy. They're not easy at all. But these are the kind of situations that make you a stronger person, especially if you can weather the storm and work your way through it. And that's what I'm expecting our guys to do.
How much do you chalk up the losing streak and the struggles, second half struggles, to being shorthanded, having injuries, and those things like that? Not to make excuses, but is it legitimate reasons?
Well, I mean, I've said it before. I mean, it's not easy to go into any type of game undermanned. This league is just tough enough as it is. Certainly, injury has been a big part of what has happened to us. But again, we're not going to make excuses because this is the NBA. Injuries are all part of the game. When some guys go down, other guys have to step up. But certainly, it's taking a toll on us physically. I see more of a physical toll than a mental toll. But we got to work through it. We we cannot. We can't use that as an excuse. We have to, as I said before, we got to roll our sleeves up, man. We got to accept the challenge, and we have to go out, and we have to play, because injuries is part of it, and that's just the way it is. And I know, when you look at our roster and you look at what has happened to us, the amount of injuries that have happened. I don't think I've ever experienced this before, but still, injury is part of the game, and you have to learn to move on.